So after we talked about last night, we took the OO trade down. I won the trade. There was a moment where I was looking at the 5 minute chart trying to figure out when it was going to turn around. And I started seeing selling exhaustion at the bottom of that. It was a support zone. It was approaching. It didn't hit the support zone, but it was getting close to it. And it started
Yeah.
giving a lot of wicks. So at that moment, that's when I was kind of telling myself, okay, kind of trust my back testing, trust what I did with EU. And I got out the trade. I closed it early. And then, of course, I woke up and EU took a moonshot back to a previous resistance zone, like in the Asian session. So, I kind of had to trust my instincts, and I was looking at, even if it does keep moving down the way it's looking right now, I need to get out. So I had to kind of back of my mind was telling me to leave the trade, and I got out. I had to follow my instinct. So it worked out. Last night, yeah, it worked out for me.
Okay, good. Uh, that news coming up. So that was key for me too. Once I saw that, like you saw, I let you guys know, like, hey, things might turn around. So it's going to be really important to make that decision early before news kicks in. I saw what GBP did, and it moon rocked right back to the weekly high, only for us to start turning back down around again. So if you see a shoot from GU, it's probably going to be a shoot from EU momentarily after or before. They just go hand in hand like that sometimes.
But yeah, man, the
Right.
good news is I think I took 3 trades this week. It was all one contract. And the first 2 trades I let play out. The last trade I told you I got out. So, like I said, it's progress. I didn't overtrade this week. I only did one contract for every trade. So,
Mhm.
it was good progress.
Gotcha. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back, man, to another amazing Thursday. It has been a great trading week, even though typically during these holidays, markets slowed down. We're still able to capitalize on some pretty good movement early on in the week. So it's nice to have the week done. Honestly, some of our traders, we've hit our opportunities that we were looking for, hit our targets for the week, and we're good to go. So now it's easier for us to take the time out to really talk about some really important things. Today, again, I'm joined with Daniel, our mindset coach, and we're going to talk about something that we all kind of go through in many different environments, and it's really greed and how greed quietly destroys really good traders, unfortunately. And you'll have those strides where things are going well, and then you find yourself as the numbers tick up to stay in longer for more or have these higher expectations than what you expected. And then you're all out of whack from what your normal goals are. So greed is not about wanting more money. It shows up in overstaying in trades, like we talked about, ignoring conditions of what's happening in the marketplace. We were just earlier, before our session with students, we were discussing that, right? Seeing these opportunities that we are in start to turn around, start to change, start to find support levels where we might get more action than originally anticipated. So we've got to watch out for what conditions are playing out in the market in real time. Breaks of structures, and then a lot of times too, we'll try to force an opportunity where we're trying to make something happen because it's the expectation, but then the market's showing you that that's not the case, and you need to step back or readjust what your approach is. So most traders don't fail because they don't know enough. They fail because greed overrides what they already.
Welcome to Independent Trading University at ITU. We're more than just an education platform. We're a community built to help you succeed. Trading can feel like a solo journey, but with ITU, you're never alone. Our team is here to support, guide, and push you toward mastery. Technical analysis support, so you can read the charts with precision. Fundamental support, so you understand market moving news and economics. Psychology support, so you can develop the mindset of a successful trader. We provide the tools you need to thrive: weekly live education, 24/7 community support, and real-time trading setups from experienced coaches. Wherever you are, access the education and mentorship that will transform your trading. Join ITU today and trade with confidence.
But like I said, when it comes to greed, it's a big battle that we all kind of go through. So, Daniel, can you give us a little bit of insight on what you've dealt with as far as clients who have had greed and came through that tumble, whether it's early in the career or even in the middle?
100%. First of all, can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So, yeah, for those of you that don't know, my name is Daniel. I'm super excited and thankful to be the identity coach here at ITU, working alongside Zay and Mike. And I want to be really clear right out of the gate about greed. Because when we think about greed, our mind typically goes to like dictators and politicians, and they're greedy, and it's a super nefarious negative association. And the easiest way I can define greed is it's fear, and you're redefining what enough is and then deciding that you need more than that. So if you're in a trade, for example, and you have a predetermined support and resistance or a lot size, and you're in there and you start to adjust your support or resistance, it's because what you decided was enough has no longer become enough, and you decide that you need more. And it's usually out of self-preservation, or again, just changing the definition of what more is or what enough is. And again, I want to make it clear that greed, when you think of greed or someone who's greedy, it's like, oh, that's such a terrible person and they're greedy and they're corrupt and they're all of these things. And it's because what we'll typically do is we'll associate a narrative with certain words. But I want to be very clear that all of us in one way, shape, or form express and experience greed, because greed is just deciding that more than enough would be our baseline of enough. It's the easiest way to put it is here's enough, and I've decided that beyond that, and that's not abundance, right? So abundance is a surplus of things that is a desire in terms of like let's say I have an abundance of grace. It's like I have enough to give. Like I have so much money that I get to give. I have so much grace that I get to give. I have so much joy that there's enough to go around for everybody. And greed is deciding that because I'm not enough, I need more of that to prove that I am enough. And it could be expressed in the form of sports and trading and relationships and sex and drugs and alcohol. You name it, that's where it can get expressed. We're talking about trading, but I want you guys to understand as well what we talked about over and over and over again is the way that you experience your life outside of trading will most likely, most of the time, affect the way that you trade. And so if you go into a trade where let's say your rent costs $2,000 and that's enough to pay rent, but you've decided, well, I need 20 because I want to pay rent here and I want to be able to do this, 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 and this. In theory, it's not bad to want more. Okay, I want to make that very clear. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing to want more than you have. It's a natural thing. You want a different car than the one you have. You want a different house than the one you have. You want more money than the amount of money that you have because it's a natural desire. However, the way that you think about that final outcome determines the entire process of how and if you get there. So greed is I will not be satisfied as a person until that more than enough is satisfied. Here's the problem. Once you get that, that's still not enough. And it's still not enough. And it's still not enough. And whatever it is you did to compromise, whatever you compromise to get or try to get that more than enough will reappear and reappear and reappear and reappear. And that's how you create what's called a cycle and a pattern. And that's where you get stuck in those things. And so as you're trading, asking yourself the question, how did I determine and how did I define my support and my resistance and my lot size? Because in theory, what is a lot size? It is the rational amount of money that I can leverage on a trade based off the amount of money in my account. It's not rocket science. I'm not amazing at trading. I'm really good at what I do in terms of identity and trading. I did it a lot back then. I need to get back into it now. But what I'm saying is that regardless of how I feel, my emotions and my knowledge of trading, a lot size is leverage. And you want to use a proper amount of leverage dependent on the amount of money that's in your account, the amount of money that you can lose, and the amount of money you're willing to lose in order for the amount of money you can gain.
In 2026, traders cannot afford to sit on the sidelines. This is the year of the action takers, the year you make a decision that changes everything. At Independent Trading University, we build an experience that brings together what traders have been missing for years. Mindset that keeps you stable, economics that keep you informed, technical precision that gives you direction. One complete system, one community, one path to independence. From January 14th to 18, ITU Rise 2026 will take you through 5 powerful days of coaching, clarity, and next-level growth. This is your chance to level up with your coaches live, build your personal trading plan, and finally break the habits holding you back. General admission is free. VIP access is optional for those ready to go deeper. VIP $27 admission includes Morning Motivation with Daniel, Pre-session Q&A 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, recording access for 7 days. Enjoy 7-day enrollment to ITU. Part of admission will be donated to the Grace Works program. Receive a discount on the ITU 30-day bootcamp. Digital copy of ITU Trading Guide $4,000 worth of value for $27. Whatever path you choose, one thing is certain. If you want 2026 to be different, this is where it starts. Register now at rise.myitu.org. ITU Rise 2026, the year of the action takers.
You have to be more willing to lose money than you are to gain money. I hope you guys understand that. And that's just the rationality of trading is like, all right, I'm willing to lose 200 to make 800. It's a pretty good trade-off. That's why it's called trading. It's because you're exchanging these currencies, you're exchanging the quantities of these products, but what you're also trading, you're trading sacrifice to reward. And you're not going to take a trade if you have to risk $100 to make 50. That is not an ample sacrifice for the reward in which you're taking. It's the same thing like if I want to invest in real estate and I'm looking at a house that's worth $100,000, but it costs $500,000, it's a terrible investment. I would never go into that. But if it costs $100,000 and it's worth $500,000, I'm like, now we're talking. So when you leverage and when you're creating your lot size, you're making it based off the amount of money that you have in your account. So if you have $100 in your account, number one, you're not even able to drop a standard, which is actually kind of ironic because they're like, sorry, your standards can't uphold the requirement for this trade. Right? So for those of you that are like, oh, I'm just, I'm gonna drop a standard on this $100 account. They're like, sorry, your leverage isn't big enough. You don't have enough leverage, right? And so how often do we do that in our day-to-day life as well, where you are dropping a standard on something that you have no business even dabbling in? And it's because of greed, and it's because of the way that we feel about ourselves, the definitions that we have about ourselves, what it would mean if we did this. Like, look what I was able to do this one time in this one place in this one situation. And then what we'll do is we'll create a baseline foundation based off of an outlier. If you're one of those people on this call, that's experienced essentially luck because you had a small account with a big lot size and you just happen to take the trade and that becomes your basis of foundation, you're going to lose the money just as quick as you made it because you're not building something that's sustainable as well. And so as you're going through this process, clients I've trained in trading, systematically speaking, it's pretty simple. You create your resistance, your lot size, and your support level based off of the money in your account, based off of the amount of money you're willing to lose and make. That's all it comes down to. So when you shift that mid-trade, which a lot of us do, I've done it before, where I see it going up, I'm like, oh, it's still going, it's still going. And because I'm human, I change the resistance and I forget to move to the support. And then I end up losing more than I wanted to lose. Like I wasn't even smart enough to put the support at break even, because we're so focused on that resistance of like, it's so funny how it's almost a corporate mentality as well. It's like, I have this glass ceiling where keep going, make more. It's the same thing in trade. You're watching it go up and your emotions are like more. This would be more about me. Therefore I must re-enter, or raise resistance, continue to do this. And then we end up losing more and calling ourselves a bad trader, even though we had a good trade, we had a good position, we had a good markup, we followed our checklist. And halfway through the trade, we broke a rule that once we make a trade, we do not look at the chart until we get a notification of whether or not it's hit resistance or support. Or I don't get to check the trade. If nothing happens, I can't trade. I can't check it for 24 hours. right? So with that being said, I want you guys to think about with the last trades that you've done, the trades you're about to do, and your outside life in trading. Are you changing your trades based off of what you hope is happening in your external circumstances? Because again, the way that you win in trading is trading regardless of all of that stuff. Regardless of how you feel, you still have $500 in your trading account. Regardless of how you feel, you still got $5,000 in your trading account. Regardless of how you feel, the ratio you still need to be trading at is a 0.2, not a 2.0. And that's okay. And that doesn't mean that you're better or worse. It means that you're logistically sound and you're creating a sustainable pattern and pathway. And that's how I've helped a lot of clients break through, not even in making more money, okay? Because yes, you want to make money in trading, but trading is about being consistent and saying yes to the same thing over and over and over again. Otherwise, you're not going to learn anything. Like if you're out of shape, for example, and you're like, I'm going to hire the trainer, take the pills, go to the gym, do the thing, cut out this, all at the same time, you don't actually know what's working. You just don't, because you're throwing crap at the wall and seeing what sticks. And so the way that you can be effective in this market is picking the same couple things, and then you build a pattern. And then depending on how that pattern turns out, regardless of your emotion, you reverse engineer. And reverse engineering is starting with the goal in mind and going back step by step to see how you get there. So, I want to make this amount of money. Okay. How many trades would it make at this lot size to make this amount of money? That means that I have to make this amount of trades per week, which means I have to look at the chart this amount of times per week, which means I have to, whatever it is. So you're not trying to make $1,000 a month. You're trying to make 6 trades a week. And in order to make 6 trades a week, you need to look at the charts for an hour a day. And in order to look at the charts for an hour a day, you need to block off the calendar for an hour a day. And in order if so you're just going back and back, and then you have your checklist and thing. And so I'm doing kind of a rapid fire because this is a very deep concept that I could do an entire hour and a half workshop on. But again, greed is here. Greed is scarcity. So what do you not have enough of that you think you will have more of by doing the thing you're about to do?
I have something truly special to share with you today. Have you ever dreamt of financial success and didn't know where to start? Look no further than Independent Trading University. At ITU, we offer a diverse range of courses, from Forex basics to advanced technicals, along with comprehensive fundamentals education, mindset coaching, health and wellness guidance, plus stock and crypto trading strategies. That's right. Everything you need for a well-rounded trading journey, all in one place. Our mission is clear, helping you make extra income by learning the art of trading. Join us today at solo.to/independent-trading-guru and take advantage of an exclusive pre-sale. $50 for undergrad students looking to trade part-time, and just $75 for career traders ready to dive in full-time. With ITU, you'll master the art of making consistent income from the markets. This is your chance to start building a brighter financial future. Are you ready to transform your trading game and take control of your financial future? Look no further than Independent Trading University, your one-stop destination for comprehensive Forex education and so much more. Whether you're a beginner or an experienced trader, we've got you covered. We believe in a holistic approach to trading success. Gain a deep understanding of market fundamentals, master your mindset, and prioritize your well-being. We're here to support your growth every step of the way. And let's not forget about stocks and crypto. Discover exciting opportunities and learn strategies to make extra income. The best part? We're running a limited time pre-sale for new students. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity to gain the skills, knowledge, and support you need to succeed. Ready to make connections with your financial future? Visit our website at solo.to/independent-trading-guru to secure your spot in our pre-sale today. Independent Trading University, where trading dreams become reality. It's time to start your journey to financial freedom. Don't wait. Visit solo.to/independent-trading-guru now.
What's the lie about that? What's the truth? How do you separate from that in the chart? And you're looking logistically, regardless of the outcome, is this a smart trade to make, even if I lose? You can make smart losing trades. Just so you know. Shocker. You can make a trade where you set the appropriate. You're like, I'm willing to lose $100 on this trade. You set the support, it hits the support, and you lose $100. And you're like, okay, I lost the amount of money I was willing to lose. Time to evaluate. What did I miss? I read this candle wrong in the hour instead of the 10-minute, or instead of the 30-minute. Cool. Next time, I'm going to look at the 30-minute. You don't go, why am I such a bad trader? Why did I lose money? You lost the amount of money you already established you were willing to lose. And if you get over emotional about that, it's because you probably should have established that you needed to lose less money. And that's not an identity problem. That's a logistics discipline problem, which is an easier fix. It's just about simplifying this process that you have. And that's, that is kind of the baseline of where I would function from in terms of the greed and the desire to over leverage and all those things.
Yeah, no, completely agree with you, Daniel. Greed's been a big issue of mine in early first couple of years of my trading, just due to the aspect of we're in a money game, right? So this is kind of the worst areas you can have that greed. No different than like he was saying as a gym. If you're working out but you're eating like ass, you're greedy with food. You know what I mean? It's the same thing now with money. And money's such a deep desire. We all, if we're trying to attain freedom, or we know we got our bills on our back, or our kids want things, our wives want things, we want to build the life that we want to build, that takes financial, right, capital to pay for. So when you get in an arena like this, it's easy to be greedy with those things on your plate. And that's a lot of where I was, because I was military, I was government at the same time. But at the end of the day, I was check to check. I mean, I got a family of four I'm taking care of. We got a nice house, nice place to stay, and all that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, it wasn't enough to do the things I really wanted to do, like taking my kids on vacation, or doing cruises, or taking my wife to do spa days, right? It's that extra stuff we want to be able to bring to our loved ones. So the greed is so heavy, and it reigns so much in our emotions and our wants and the needs, that we bring that into the charts, and sometimes
100%.
subconsciously. So you'll be sitting there like in a trade, you're up $1,500. Your goal for the day was $1,200, but you're like, dude, I see it going like at least $500 more. And then boom, that's when you get the correction. Or you're at $800, your goal is 1,000, and you won't just take the 8 because you think, oh well, it's a little bit more, it's going to hit the 300, or it has to hit my take profit. You know what I mean? That becomes such a struggle. And then it does what? Turn around on you. You're like, shit, I should have just taken my gains that I had, or take the wins that I had.
100%.
Or
100%.
like you said, go break even. So it takes this type of understanding to the depth of it to say, okay, these are the reasons that are causing my triggers, right? These are the things that are causing me to bring the outside world inside of my trading realm, inside of my office space, right? And if you're operating like a business, no matter what's going on with your family life or anything, that can't infiltrate the business. The business still has to run appropriately, right? You could be having problems with family, your mom, your dad, your uncle, you got a spat with your wife. Can't stop the business from doing what it needs to do. So you got to bring that mentality to your trading. And it is a dog eat dog world. It's a shark world in business and trading and all of it. So what are you going to do? Lay to the side and let somebody take care of you? That's what your 9 to 5 is already doing, and it's barely doing that enough for you. So if you need more and you want more, you're gonna have to dig yourself up a bit there. And you're gonna start thinking about, what is the discipline level I'm really operating from in your fitness life, in your health, in your trading, in your workplace. Like, it all plays a part in how you operate.
100%.
So for one, Daniel, I know you've got a short amount of time with us. Is there any last methodologies that somebody could give, just like 3 to 5 gunshot things? Hey, if you start implementing these steps, you can start moving in the right direction as far as managing that greed.
Are you ready to turn your network into a source of passive income while empowering others to achieve financial success? Welcome to the IT Referral Program, where you can earn monthly residuals simply by sharing the power of trading education. Here's how it works. Refer aspiring traders to Independent Trading University, earn 20% of their enrollment fee when they sign up, keep earning every single month they remain enrolled, and to top it off, enjoy a special bonus at the end of each month. Let's break it down. If you refer just 20 students earning 20% per enrollment, you could be making $200 plus a month in residual income. Refer 40 students? That's $400 plus per month. And it only keeps growing from there. At the end of each month, receive a bonus at the end of the month. Even when enrollment price go up, you're not just earning, you're making an impact. By introducing others to ITU, you're helping them unlock financial freedom through trading while securing your own stream of income.
Yeah. I mean, this is going to be so boring, but as we've talked about, like, are you following your checklist? And is your checklist the thing that's giving you greed? So you have a support and a resistance threshold. You've got a lot size that you need. If you need to look at your account right now, you look how much is in there, and you look at your lot size allotment per trade. And if it stresses you out, you're being greedy. It's that simple. So what I would say is, as you look at the trades that you're making, are you putting yourself in a position to be okay with losing? And I know that sounds really weird, where it's like, well, I know I want to focus on winning, but you have to focus on reality that you can win 3 trades out of 10 and still be profitable if you are correctly doing your lot sizes. And so how do you avoid greed? It's by having a system of logistics that you follow. Right? And so most of us, that the stop loss is we're losing less money than we would make if we won. So like the most amount that we'll win that we'll lose is 200, and the most that we'll make is 800. So if you lose the trade, like you could lose 4 days in a row and win 1 trade, and you're still break even. So, and I don't mean this in like a stupid way, but it's like, how do we focus on staying grounded in that? And it's committing to the thing that we said we were going to do after the emotion that we said we were going to do it in is gone. All right, I said I was only going to risk 100. Well, now I've got a bigger thing in my life, and so I need to risk. That is nothing to do with the chart. The chart's going to keep moving no matter what. The chart doesn't have any emotions. You're the one that has emotions. The truth is the truth. The thing that gives it a dynamic is our relationship to it. So if you are finding yourself trading yourself on the market instead of the currencies, I would say, number one, take a step back for at least a day and reevaluate the entire way in which you're trading. Am I trading because I have to, or am I trading with money that I'm okay with losing because it's a skill set that I want to learn, and I'm creating a system that regardless of this and this, I'm able to implement on a day-to-day basis? If that's not the answer, I would highly reconsider when and how you trade. Or go back to a demo account until you're more confident. There's nothing wrong with that. Like going down to a demo account doesn't mean you're a bad trader, doesn't mean you're dumb, it doesn't mean that you couldn't do it. There's none of that. That's all false narrative stuff. You're actually a smarter trader if you've traded live and lost consistently, and you need to figure it out on a demo account. You're doing a lot more by doing that than continuing to just beat yourself over the head over the spring stuff. It's a simple fix. It's not easy, but it's simple, right? So establish that checklist. Again, boring. Establish a checklist and stick to it. And then ask yourself the question, if I am approaching compromising my checklist, what is the belief that I'm having? Because you're going from scarcity and you're afraid. What am I afraid of? I'm afraid of not having this. And if you didn't have that, what would that mean about you? Then where did you learn that that's what it meant about you? And is that true or not? And that is called emotional regulation. When you can do that on a day-to-day basis, you can do that with your checklist. It does not matter the end number in your trades, because that consistency and that discipline will overrule the meaning that it has in your heart when you look at a chart. So that's what I got.
That's facts. These are facts, man. And they'll work for you if you implement them and you make a serious change. Because as we go into this new year, if you cannot be carrying the same greed habits that you have to make a core structure. Look, today, you don't even wait till January 1st. Today, I'm no longer going to do these things that have caused me destruction in my trading. And you take it a day at a time. Did I destruct today? No. Was I calm? Did I make clear choices? Did I close because it made sense to close? Did I open it because it made sense to open it? And did I step away because there was nothing to do? So being able to make that decision, those three choices each day over a long period of time eventually starts to create that new habit. You get 30, 60 days in, 90 days into doing that, it's what's going to change you. So it's really important. And again, this is why we're having a big event, because we want you guys to be able to start off right and go into this knowing, look, I don't have to rush into January and just start trading immediately. The markets are just shaping up anyway, January 4th. So by the time we come into doing the first day of the event, we're going to lead you guys day by day for 5 days and walk you through how to make these changes, make this fix, so that you go into the rest of the year started the correct way. Because that's going to be the same thing you do when you're building your trading career, your trading plan is before every session, you guys should be prepared. How come all of you can go to work and 30 minutes to an hour before, make your coffee, shower, brush your teeth, zen out, whatever you try to do to prepare yourself for work, you do that all the time. But before your trading session, you're just like waking up groggy, like, man, yo, whatever. All right, laptop up, and you're just at it. And now you're thinking you're making decisions from a place that makes sense, and you're not. You're not even preparing yourself. That's why I tell you guys a lot of times, yo, if you get on 30 minutes prior to your session, go back through the chart session from the night that we just did, so you can remind yourself of what you're even looking for. Go back to your checklist, verify what steps you're going to take at the start of the hour. These are the things that are somebody that's trying to put themselves in a professional arena as far as his career is concerned.
100%. 100%. And yeah, you guys can get access to all of that and more education and more in depth on not just greed, but all the different things we've been talking about in the past couple of weeks during this seminar. So I definitely recommend signing up January 14th through 18th. It is $3.99. You are saving thousands and thousands of dollars. Which I don't know about y'all, but I love saving money and getting value for it. So if that sounds like you, highly recommend.
Let your friends know. Let your friends know. These opportunities open up very seldom.
Yeah, seriously. Anyway, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you.
Hey, Daniel, thanks for taking the time out, brother. I appreciate you.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys.
Thanks.
All right. See you later. So with that being said, guys, again, greed isn't an easy thing to deal with because we've grown up with knowing what our wants and needs are and always satisfying them there in the moment, right? Since you're a kid, since you're a baby, it's like, yo, the baby's crying, I need to go. This is that. Oh, you need this. Oh, okay, you need this. And then you're going through in school is at your beck and call. Teacher, I need help with that. I need help with that. Here they come. Here they come. And that's just not going to be the case, right? That's not going to work in this environment. You've got to be able to recognize there's a lot of time when you need to step off. And just because you want it, hey, I want to pay this bill. I want to make 100,000 in trading. I want to make, $500 consistently every week. None of that doesn't matter if you don't have the disciplines and structures that run your trading business week by week under the same paradigm.
Oh, hey traders. This is a quick reminder. The clock is ticking and this is the last 30 days to lock in on our current rates. If you've been on the fence, now's the time to really jump in. Here's the deal. For the next 30 days, you can enroll in Independent Trading University at the current price of $45 a month for undergrad traders and $55 a month for career traders. And we've held this price point for 3 years to give every individual the opportunity to start their trading journey for the cheapest possible price point out there. So that's right. If you head over to myitu.org and secure your spot, you'll be able to lock in at the current prices. Now here's the best part of the situation. If you're already with us, you're locked in at the current rate as long as you remain a student. That's our commitment to you. So if you want to start learning and earning with us at ITU, don't miss this final opportunity to lock in the best rate. Now we've had a phenomenal year. Many have finally crossed over that milestone of getting their funded accounts. So this is prime time for you to get locked in before the holidays, and let's make sure this happens for you. I'll see you guys on the other side.
If you guys are studiers, I'm a big study of Bob Proctor, and he talks about that, right? Operating in a certain paradigm. So your trading paradigm has to operate in a certain way which you're building and developing into the trader that you want to be. That paradigm shift has to happen because you go from I was doing this to now doing this. I was doing this and now I do this. So if I'm going to be successful in this, then for me to get greed under control, I got to know that I have certain parameters I look for week after week. If those parameters exist, I have trades to take. If they don't, then I don't have trades to take. It's as simple as that. And like you said, the stop loss. If you can't take the loss without flipping out or being upset about it or you feeling something, you got to pay attention when it starts to like rev up, right? You can really tell when it's like you're in a trade and the first thought that comes in your mind is, and I used to tell the guys this all the time, like, and this is little sauce. This is little sauce in comparison to what you'll get in January. But even Steve, you've heard me say it before. If you can take a screenshot of it, it's probably worth closing. If you're excited about it, it's probably worth closing the trade. So if you come back and you look, you're like, oh, I'm $500 up. That light bulb has gone off saying I have made a substantial amount of money in the timeline in which it take place. So you close the trade. Even if, yeah, there's more that could come from it, more that would. So what? So what? Because the next thing that comes after, the next thought that comes after that is, should I hold till TP? Or I think it could go a little further, or we're only halfway there. Nah, man. So when those thoughts start coming in, just close the trade. Just close the trade, be done with it for the day, and then come back the next day or another day later, right? I had to just come to the point where if I'm taking a screenshot of it, it's because I think it's a great achievement and I'm closing this trade. I made my bread. And if you're following, a regiment like you guys in the class, I've given you guys the funded blueprint really on how to protect your capital, how to properly set up your risk with getting funded. We've talked about that. So once you accept the fact that this is what I'm looking for week by week, just do it. Just do that. Just trust yourself enough to do it. You trust yourself to get up and go to work and do the same thing that they taught you, that you're also almost teaching yourself in this arena, and you can't even do what you tell yourself to do on a day by day. But if you went and did that crap at work, you're gonna be worried about getting fired. You're gonna be worried about not being in regulations and policies and procedures. But y'all got all that for them. But what you doing for yourself? What are your policies and procedures in this realm, in this environment, that can make you a whole lot of fucking money? Let's just keep it 100. So you're willing to put that at risk? You're going to put doing that at risk, making the kind of money that's going to set you where you want trying to be in life for real, because you can't show up correctly every week. It's not good. You got to readjust your environment. So maybe it's just not professional enough. Some of you are trading in bed. Get out of bed, get up, get in the office, set yourself up for success, build your environment for success. Know it's a winning environment that you have in your office space. It's things like that. Things like that is what helped me control my greed, and made a major difference. And you're gonna find out there's more seriousness you got to really give this than y'all just gonna come in and make some side money. This is not like a side gig at McDonald's, guys. Y'all really got to show up and show out and know that you're the one that can make it happen. You operate at a whole nother level. You can be held up to another level of accountability, especially in this environment. And if you resonate with that and you really need that, like I can't I can't do it myself, bro. I can't bring myself to the discipline level that I need to have to be able to make this happen. All right, well, come on in here and let's set the record straight. Here's what we're going to do. I'm gonna have expectations of you guys to follow through, and if you cannot follow through, then you're done in our environment completely. Just has to be that way because that is the threshold in which a best trader has to operate within their own trading environment. Expect nothing but the best of yourself. That's why we say A+ setups. If it ain't A+, don't worry about it. There'll be more. Promise you. Market's not going nowhere. Bikers outside. So if that helps, man, please, share this with somebody. Let people know, look, this is an environment you've been around, you've seen the wins. You know, there's a lot of people that need this type of situation. Please share it. It's a free event. All right, January 14th through the 18th. Tell them, they look, yo, pull up with me. Come on, we're gonna do this together. I like something that Rick Ross said. It was like, yo, we're gonna do this. Oh, are you struggling over there? Yo, let me come help you out. Let me come show you where let's get on this. Let's get on track with this and make this happen for ourselves and for our lives. And that's how you lock arms with like-minded people. And we need like-minded people in this environment during this time more than any other time in history. We've got so many distractions. A lot of people just allowing themselves to be a part of the rat race. They don't have to be a part of the rat race. They're bumping their head to just get by. We can do it way better with the things that have been provided to us, the technology that we have at our hands and at our fingertips. Sometimes you are not at that threshold to like, yo, I'm about to just go into real estate and you're just not there yet with it. You got to start with a smaller vehicle that still has large gains. Trading is it. I just don't know another vehicle that's moving this kind of money and having access to this type of success if you master the skill set. It's all skills. Doing real estate is a skill. Saving money and protecting money and investing money is a skill. Trading is a skill. They're all skills. It's just which one you got time to dedicate yourself to right now, and how much do you not have time to dedicate to other things, or you don't have your finances in order yet, and you're trying to get there, but you need something on the side that you can still do from the crib. Trading will do that. No traveling, calls, and booking clients and sales and marketing and all this other stuff. Nope, it's just you and dedication to developing a core structured skill that's going to pay you over and over again. So if that's you, you're one of the people, or you know some people, look, share, like I said, comment below with you people. If you're ready to book and get ready for this free event, get your ticket right now. Just comment the word RISE and you will get the direct link to go ahead and sign up for the free event. Don't miss out, bro. Don't miss out. And if you're really trying to get to it, you got to get VIP, because VIP we're gonna take to a whole nother level, and we're really gonna structure this game out for you guys to be successful. And I might have something special there for the VIP members as well. So check it out. Don't miss out. I'm gonna holler at y'all later. Thanks for coming by.
Thanks.
Later.